I'm going to talk about how to develop the language for the children using a bean bag. This is very important. This bean bag, inside that we put the tamarind seeds. So everybody's question is, why tamarind seeds? Why not we make use of chenna or something else? Tamarind seeds always has got an effect to stimulate our brains. So when they touch it, even though this is inside, when they touch it, that stimulates the brain and that make them to think and answer it. Now, through the language development, we can do humpty number of games, but I will show you few things to all. So, the first one is synonyms are very, very important for the children to develop their language. Similarly, antonyms, then rhyming words, then compound words, then we could say plural. So we can just keep adding as many things as possible to develop the language for the children. First, I am going to show how to make use of this simple bean bag through the synonyms. So if there is a child sitting in front of you, before using this bean bag, you have to teach the synonyms for the children. Simple synonyms. Like I could say that pretty, you could say beautiful, then lad, boy, then you could say jump, leap, like that. So first we use it as a flashcard to make the child to understand. Second day we put it on the board, whiteboard, green board, blackboard, whatever it is, the child can read it out. Third one on the slate where the child can read it with a near point. And then fourth one will make the child to match the card with the flashcards. Once the child is mastered, because once we started using this bean bag, the moment I throw pretty, the child should return back the bean bag saying the answer beautiful. And once the fluency is there, they can do humpty number of things with that. Similarly, as I told you again, synonyms, antonyms, plurals, rhyming words, compound words, we can do verbal fluency, semantic fluency, all that we can do. So you might be wondering, what is mean by verbal fluency? What is this ma'am telling about verbal fluency? So I want you to say the words ends with l. So the child will say, can you think of the letter b? Oh, I got it. The child will say b-il, bill. Oh, how is the weather? Not in Chennai right now. Probably in Bangalore. How will be the weather? Oh, chill. Okay. So bill, chill, till, will, still. So we can make the words and try to stimulate the children to give the words. So rhyming words are important. Now I just did it with the words in isolation. Now I am going to connect it with the rhymes. Because if there are children at for example, can I say pre-KG children? So the teacher might be singing a song. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Is there any rhyming word? No ma'am, the children will say. Now the teacher will sing, Jack and Jill went up the hill. Because she prolonged the word Jill and Hill, the child, ma'am, I know the answer, Jill and Hill. Right? So like that, we can just develop the language through the bean bag. We can do anything, words in isolation or connected to the rhymes. Everything is possible, because here one more thing what you all have to note down. I am just connecting with the active working memory. What is active working memory? The moment when I throw, the child should be ready to answer whatever that I am going to play. If I say synonyms, nothing but a meaning, the child is ready to say glad. The child will say happy ma'am. Fantastic. Now I am also so happy. I am so glad. The child can give the answer when I say the word glad. So the active working memory works very well. When does the active working memory works very well? When there is so much of repetition through the VACT method, visual, auditory, kinesthetic and tactile method, where and the child may be a linguistic one. That's why the child can say, do that. If the children are logically, very high, they might be asking the question, why the synonyms means only the meaning large? Yes, something that is big, huge, massive, gigantic. So where I can give lot of words because the child wants to know the reason, because the logical thinking is there. So like that, we can keep adding it so many things by using the beanbag. Thank you. Verbal fluency. Just take any letter of the alphabet. Suppose if I take the letter B, now the child is ready to say a few words about it. When the child is not able to say, then we give the clues to the children to make them say, it's round in shape, you play with it. The child can say ball. Then I say, you need to hit the ball. What do you need it? Bat. Where do you put all the things? In the basket. Then on the birthday, your house will be decorated with that. What is it? Balloon. When the child is not able to get the word, instead of giving the words directly, you could just stimulate them with the clues where the child is able to say a lot of words. That's called a verbal fluency. Once we started doing that, each day one letter, we get lot of not only nouns, verbs, adjectives, we can keep moving on to that and they are ready to make a sentences. Now, let's play with the beanbag with the synonyms. Okay? Now, and just for the benefit of the children, we make the cards like this. It's like a simple placard. Okay? If the child finds it difficult, we will not make the child finds it very difficult. We immediately show, if I say pretty, probably we have a separate card. This time I wanted to show it, so we made it as a single card. Okay? So otherwise, pretty, the child is not able to say, I show this card, and then the child will say beautiful. Okay? Now I am going to throw to the child and child is ready to answer. Lad. Boy. Very good. Glad.
Happy.
Quick.
Oh, sorry now.
Quick. Fast. Yay! Quickly, she just gives back the beanbag. And then sick.
Yeah.
Idiot. Wow, that's great. That's great. So like this, we do for antonyms, simple antonyms, and then rhyming words are very, very important. Not only the words in isolation, we can also connect it with the rhymes also. Because words in isolation, children generally do. Suppose if I say, suppose if I take a word ill. So, I want you to say the words ends with ill. So, the child will say, can you think of the letter B? Oh, I got it. The child will say, B-ill, bill.